Welcome. We have another client interview here from not so sunny Spain right now, but we are here in Spain. We did an Enigma Collective meetup. Well, they did, and Dan and myself surprised all of them, and it was a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, no, here we have Jack. Hello, Jack. And yeah, I think genuinely, I'd want to understand from you, Jack, like I remember because I was the one that kind of brought you into the program, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Um, and what you were in your bedroom at your desk in Australia. It was probably like 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, 12.
And we brought you on in like early 2024.
Yeah.
And now you live in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And you're closing deals. So one thing I'd love to say is like, let's go back to when you first joined. Where were you at in your life in general, and like with your mindset towards things? I think that's important.
That's a great question. So I remember that call, wanting to travel, but also wanting to kind of build an empire, make money to set myself up for the future.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I remember perfectly, just scrolling one day and just seeing this person can make me money and this person can make me money. And I always just thought it was too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was a scam. You'd show your friend, look, drop shipping, look, SMMA, and everybody it's not even worth the due diligence.
Yeah.
And I would say the biggest mindset shift was you never know till you go.
Mm.
And that 2-hour call we had, Nico, all it took was a click of a button and I just took a risk. And now I work from my computer and I'm a digital nomad. I'm living in Spain, hopefully going to Germany in a few weeks. And yeah, but it's just taking that risk that I would believe is, if I didn't take that leap, I wouldn't be here right now, surrounded by so many like-minded individuals and ultimately doing exactly what I want with my life. Because now I can travel and make money simultaneously.
Yeah. I think it is like crazy because, for context, calls like that should not be 2 hours long. They shouldn't. They should be like 30, 45 minutes. But the guy, and fair enough to him, like I understand where he was coming from. He was like skeptical and it's an investment into yourself. So, because of that whole, like you said, you had seen so many things, it was like almost numbing. And then although I remember you said you seem like a really genuine guy, I remember you saying that. And obviously I appreciate that. But the thing is, it's like, I did understand where you were coming from. But I knew that you had it in you to succeed in this space, right? So that's why I was willing to kind of put in the time to kind of make it happen, simply because I knew you could do it. And it was just helping you understand that and like get over that. I think it was a massive fear. And I was more than happy to kind of help you see the light, I guess.
Yeah.
And I remember I told you this thing and you've mentioned it a few times already. It's like jump and build on the way down.
Literally.
And yeah, that's what you did. And yeah, I guess what is like so important to me to understand, and maybe for people watching, is you had that, mindset of being skeptical and everything was too good to be true. So what was that split decision in your head that was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take the risk. Like, what was going through your head that was like, I'm just going to see it happen and then we'll see where it goes from there? Like, what went on in your head?
Firstly is you gave me a paradigm shift on that call. So props to Nico. As if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here. But what went through my head, there was a lot of emotions. As ultimately, I knew I'd be good at it. I ultimately thought about real estate. I know you have a real estate background. But I thought, and being basically in a community and learning together through mentorship, I guess. And what went through my head allowing me to move forward was just taking a risk and basically a little push.
Mhm.
If somebody offered me, if they had a bit of paper saying this is what you get, it's X amount of money, no one's going to buy that. And that's the reason why people that do what we do is in so much demand, is you need somebody to walk you through and give you that little push. There's multiple people in this program, and once I first paid, I know when I first made that payment, felt pretty bad. No one likes spending money, but it's that risk that got me in the exact position that I am now, closing deals, making money, just ultimately living life, going to the beach, going for runs every day, meant to go on jet skis after this, I suppose. But yeah, it's as simple as that. I'm not a millionaire yet,
No.
but it's that risk I took. And literally that's all it was. I thought in the back of my head, if all goes wrong, I can then work a job like everyone else. So ultimately, you have nothing to lose. You really don't. And that's what's scary. People don't realize that. And I compare it to university, how much that cost. And I went through the course in like a week. So that's another thing, I guess, that went through my brain.
Yeah.
But,
for sure. I think it's funny to hear kind of your thoughts about it. We've obviously spoken quite a bit since being here and having dinner quite a few times. And it's like one of those crazy things where I like saw that you mentioned the paradigm shift. I literally saw it like happen. It was quite funny to like see it. It was like you really went like, aha. Like it was an aha moment.
Yeah, literally.
And like, obviously I'm happy you took the leap because like I said, I saw it in you. And I mean, yeah, we're here in Spain now. You bought that one-way ticket from Australia. Because that's what you wanted to do. So honestly, it's awesome to see. For me, I don't know if you know this, you were the fastest person to go from joining to receiving that commission, like the fastest.
I thought so.
And you did it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. And you did it on your birthday as well.
Yeah, it was on my birthday. That was. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's too normal, but that was a crazy day. I remember that perfectly. That was that was unreal. That was my first ever call I took. And that's the thing, I don't know anyone who's ever had a 100% close rate on how I took it, but I had that for a solid day. Of course, after that, I wasn't closing every single deal, but you never know how you're going to go. That's the beauty of it. Who knows, maybe I would have closed 3 deals. Maybe the next person does in a row.
Yeah.
I know Oscar closed his first one, didn't he?
Yeah.
His first ever call too, so it's not too seldom. But it's as simple as taking a risk. People think it's all too good to be true. And the thing is, you never know until you just jump and build on the way down. It's as simple as that. And fail fast and learn faster. And just continue to implement and be open to learning. Don't let an ego get in your way. But it's as simple as just taking a go. That's all it is, and that's the whole reason I'm here now. I've just been happy to take everything on board and constantly learn.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think a big part of your success is that. Like we spoke about it the other day, you're obviously you have goals for yourself, you aren't at that like 10, 15, 20K months that you want to be at. And, because everyone goes through different journeys. You had, like I said, that success very quickly. I think you and Oscar, it's very close. We'll actually look at it after this and see who won. But genuinely, it's one of those things that we spoke about, that because you had that quick success, you were dealing with a different kind of, I guess, problem and journey that a lot of people don't face, because we spoke about this and you admitted to me the other day, like, Nico, I did get a bit complacent after that.
Yeah.
Because you had that success very quickly. And it's maybe something that a lot of people don't necessarily see. And it's like, oh, you saw success so quickly, everything must be good. But no, it's just like a different kind of journey and different kind of problems that arise. And because you had that success so quickly and you started making money and you built this one-way ticket to Spain, it kind of took your foot off the gas from what you really, really, truly want to do. And it's awesome to see you kind of in the past week be like, you know what? The offer I'm on now is great, but I know I can be doing better.
Yeah.
And you're putting the right steps into kind of getting to those 10, 15, 20K months. I know you will. As long as you stay consistent.
Of course.
And don't get complacent.
All it's about.
And so, kind of for context, what is your offer? Like, because a lot of people in this space, or not in this space, but a lot of people looking to join this space, they don't understand like what it is you can be like, I guess, selling. So my question to you is, what do you sell?
Fantastic question. So ultimately what I sell, it's a done with you system. So of course my employer, my boss, I close the deals. We have an organic funnel. You'll learn what that is once you do join. And basically he will help you scale your business. He's scaled most archetype client is a marketing agency. So it's basically like, I want to get good at sales. I invest in myself in the mentorship. If someone wants to get good at business, they'll hire a business consultant. So it's kind of what I sell a digital business consulting service that comes with group coaching, one-on-one coaching. They give you a lot of client acquisition systems and basically everything you need to grow your marketing agency, AI infrastructure, your SaaS, build a school community, practically anything in that realm. But the beauty of being a closer is, especially if you're on a B2B offer, business to business, the ideas I have and the knowledge I've gotten just from doing the work, I believe I could start any online business now. 3 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to build a website. I wouldn't even know what a lead scraper was. But just that's another thing that's so beautiful about the leap I took. Now I've got insight on multiple business models that I know I can succeed in because I see people that are doing it and I see how people are helping these people. It's just another beauty of high ticket sales, I guess.
Yeah, no, we say it a lot. It's like you want to get into this space because you want to make more money. But I think a big part of it is like what you learn as well along the way. Like, yes, you're making money, cool. And you can do it from anywhere, cool. But it's also like you learn so much about the ins and outs of a business because you work so closely with the business owner and you work so closely with pretty much the whole business and you can see it, like you said, and you've learned so much. And one thing I'll say with you is I remember you said to me, like, I kind of wanted to start my own business. And I think, I feel like you definitely will one day. I can see that. It's just one of those things. You have to just put your time into this first, genuinely, because I don't want to kind of put you down almost, but starting a business is really hard, and you don't realize how hard it is until you actually start doing it.
Yeah.
And the difference between, being a closer or a setter or whatever it is to just having a business, the additional responsibility, everything is on your shoulders as a business owner.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't think you're prepared for that. It's just if you are in this space for 2 years and you're like, you know what, now I'm ready to start a business, that's when you should do it, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Just a bit of like brotherly advice with that one.
I appreciate it. Because it's funny with being a closer, you kind of get the business upsides. So you have no market, you have no ceiling on your income. You make $1,000 days, like we spoke about Adrian's best day. I've been close to hitting $1,000 days. But the thing is, you work your own time, you get the location freedom, time freedom. And once I jump off a call, I don't worry about shit. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in that sense. But of course, it depends how many calls you can take. But yeah, that's one thing I do love about closing is you get the benefits of being a business owner without, I guess, the stress of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course.
No, for sure, dude. And one thing I do want to touch on is like, what do you feel like was the, I guess, biggest help, whether that's the community or the weekly calls or the one-on-ones, like for you personally, what was the biggest kind of help and support that you got that allowed you to kind of get these results?
That's a great question. I would say all of it combined, like I believe to excel as fast as I had, I'd need all of it. But what I believed was, personally to me, the most valuable thing was that community. being from the place that I was originally, it's plenty of friends, family, but nobody kind of had the mindset I wanted. Nobody really had the ambition and aspiration. And that said, I found myself lonely at the beginning of wanting to kind of succeed in entrepreneurship and, of course, making a bit of money. And that being said, it's a lot of lonely nights. And as soon as I joined this community, I find myself jumping on a call with someone from the other side of the world, and you just connect. And now being in Spain with everybody who's about the exact same stuff, going out for dinner, we don't talk about Fortnite and rubbish anymore. We talk about helping ourselves and getting better, and what we're doing, how this person's making money. We talk about our health. Go for a run this morning, 7 a.m. And now we're here taking calls, doing interviews. So I'd say that community was the most beautiful thing, is being able to jump on a call with someone. And I've never experienced that before, and I never realized how important that is, being able to surround yourself amongst like-minded individuals. So I would say that was definitely the thing that allowed me to excel a lot, knowing that there's so much ongoing support.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you don't realize it, like you said, till you're actually in it. Like, same with me when I started. I remember being like, and it was from no fault of their own. It's like my friends, you know, they're entitled to their own opinions. I'm still friends with a lot of them, but the truth is, like, it can be lonely when no one thinks the same way as you.
Oh yeah.
And sees the world like you do. And that is like a beautiful thing. I'm so proud of the community that we've created, because like people are extremely close. It's weird. Like initially when we started, like we wanted to build a cool community. We want to do cool shit. And like us surprising you guys out here is something that like we've always wanted to do and we wished we could do. But like when we started, we were like, we want to build a fucking, excuse my language, but a really cool community. And the truth is, I think a lot of people would have kind of tried to manufacture certain things and like, how can we make the community XYZ like really close? And the truth is, we were like, we're just going to focus on bringing in the right people, and I think the rest will take care of itself, and I'm happy it did.
It obviously has. Too is why we're out here all together.
Yeah. And what kind of, how did that make you feel genuinely? I know that might be a bit of a sales question, but how did that make you feel genuinely, like, because you moved out here, which, by the way, takes crazy, balls to do. You were like...
That was, it was quite crazy. It was funny because it all started from Alex, another guy in the community. We were just every morning, every night, jumping on a call, doing a role play. And then he had a house out here, and I thought, I've been procrastinating traveling for a while. I thought, I'll just take another risk. It's going well. I've got some trailing commissions in, so I've got a tiny bit of security. And that's all I need, really. And being here and seeing Alex, and then Adrian spoke as a matter of jumping on a call. Hey, my flight cost $1.5K. Yours cost $50. You have no excuse not to see all of us. And then from there, then Dan and Nico, Joe, everyone's come out, and it has been one of the best and craziest experiences I think I've had, just because you like the value you get out of it for talking from someone on a screen, like compared to in real life, of course, over steak, over a glass of wine, like I can't explain it really, since I didn't realize how much I needed this for so long, just being surrounded by.
And I guess, what are your kind of goals from here? What are your aims? You obviously want to keep traveling, you want to keep making money online, obviously, but like, maybe do you have any goals that you'd want to share or anything? Really?
No, most definitely. So ultimately, I'm in this space for the freedom. I've already got location freedom and time freedom. I take calls when I want, on the days I want. Of course, I'm working every day because I want to do that. So I've already achieved that goal in less than 3 months. I think it was 3 months yesterday I've been in this space, I guess. So from here, it's all I need to do is scale my income, and then it's do exactly what I want, when I want, where I want. But that being said, it's not all about money. I want to keep building my connections, go travel more places, and ultimately just experience. And being in Spain, everything's a flight away. I could there's nothing stopping me buying a car and driving to Germany. Like it's funny if you're Australian watching this, it's hard to comprehend that you can practically walk over a border. But I would say my goals from here is I want to land another offer or ultimately fill up my calendar with more calls and basically get as close as almost perfect sales as every business needs sales. I've got a couple of opportunities as being a sales director, sales manager. So we'll see where we go with that. And ultimately just figure a way to, if not, because as a sales manager, you get commission off everyone. If not that, get more time freedom. But ultimately scale my income and get better at sales and who knows, maybe start a business down the end. I know I want to do that. I've thought about AI, hopefully it's not too late. But ultimately just travel as much as Europe as possible. And I have a funny feeling I'll end up in Thailand by the end of the year, fighting and training Muay Thai and doing the exact same thing in Asia, going all around there. So ultimately just travel, and that's what working from my computer has allowed me to do. So I've taken the biggest step. It's just a lot more steps to get to exactly where I want to be. And it's as simple as putting in the work.
Yeah.
It's the most simple way to, like, it's taken me 3 months and I'm out here making money. Like, you have to go to uni and then you're like down what? I don't want to say like I hate uni, but no, but it's just putting in the work. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my goal. Just scale my income really.
For sure. And I know you're gonna do it genuinely. It's just the consistency, like you touched on, and just keep moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. And so, I think what I would love, I ask this question to everyone just because it's one of these things that I think, really helps. What advice do you have for someone who was like yourself before you jumped on that call with me, maybe looking into this space, but ultimately they weren't 100% convinced, which is normal. They thought it would be too good to be true. At the end of the day, they'll probably watch this video and be like, yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's just how people are. And, fair enough. It's not for me to judge, but yeah, like what advice would you have for people who were like yourself a few months ago before you joined?
Fantastic question. I'd say understand what you want, and that's what allowed me to take that risk. Taking a risk is hard, especially any risk is hard, especially the risks I've taken. But those are the risks that got me to where I want to go. And the reason that what allowed me to take that jump is because I knew on the other side of that jump is where I want to be. I understand where I wanted to go, and I didn't know how I was going to get there. And I found out sales was the way for me to get there digitally, remotely. So if you can understand where you want to go, then all it is just putting in the work and taking some risks and learning, like failing fast and learning faster. It's as simple as that. So if you have your why, you always have a reason to look back on those lonely nights or when you haven't made money in a week or two. That's the game of sales, really. But if you have that why, it can allow you to kind of do anything. And I knew I wanted to travel. I knew I wanted to make money. I don't want to live a frugal life. And that's what allowed me to, I guess, take that leap. And the beauty is if you don't know your why, what's the harm on not taking risks to find your why? Like a lot of people out there, they don't know what they want to do. And because they don't take a risk in trying to figure out what they want to do, they stay where they are.
Yeah. So
it's all about just taking risks, putting in the work. It's as simple as risks. Everything has been built on risk. Nothing would have. It's as simple as that, really. Just having a go.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it really is just moving forward every day, taking risks, jumping and building on the way down as much as you can. And yeah, I mean, we'll wrap it up there. Pleasure to have you here, man. And it's honestly been crazy to meet you and everyone here. And, I'm excited for more meetups that we are going to do, more masterminds and everything with people in our program. So, yeah, dude, just keep crushing it. I know you're going to achieve your goals. But, yeah, just don't get complacent and you'll do it.
Of course. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, guys.
Cheers.